Alright, what up? I'm currently about to take the welded internals out of this R200 and put in the R200V VLSD internals. It's kind of hard for me to find a spot to film, so I might not film the actual part of me changing it out. If I do find a good spot, then I'll time lapse it. If not, I'll just show you the after. But as you can see, they welded. This is the once open, now welded. So, yep. Alright guys, sorry for the pause in the action. Ran into a little snag. Didn't think I was going to be able to get this job done, but I figured it out. So I didn't realize that the diff that I ordered didn't come with a ring gear. I guess I just wasn't paying close enough attention. So it wasn't a big deal at first until I tried to get the old ring gear off of the welded diff. I don't know what the torque spec is on these ring gear bolts, but I sat there for like 60 seconds a bolt trying to get it out with the electric impact. Didn't work. I got 4 out, and I think there's 10 total, so 6 remaining that I couldn't get out. They wouldn't even move with the impact. So what I ended up doing was taking a breaker bar and a torque wrench that's the same size as the breaker bar, and putting them on opposite sides, and then just applying pressure on both until each bolt would crack. I just get it to crack loose, and then I could get them off with the torque wrench. So yeah, that was a pain in the ass. So this is the VLSD. It's all in the old housing. I'm pretty much just wrapping everything up. I'm putting the caps back on. So this cap's gonna go on, and then that cap's gonna go on. And then I'll put the stubs in, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, sorry I didn't do that much in-depth coverage on this. It took me like 2 hours to figure out how I was gonna make it work, just because I didn't think I had the tools or the methods to get these bolts out. I've never had a bolt that strong. This takes off like axle nuts like it's nothing, so I have no clue what that torque spec was, or if someone had already taken it out and put these back in and just over torqued them. But yeah, holy shit. So yeah, that's a diff update. For those of you who want to do this and just want to know how I did it, essentially this is a J30 differential. It's a viscous limited slip differential OEM out of an Infinity. It's called the J30 diff. All you have to do is make sure you have the correct axle stubs to match. I have the five tooth, I don't know, the 5 bolt holes. These come in 5 and 6, like 2, 2, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Luckily I had the 5 bolt set up. So I got these. So you'll need the correct stubs. You'll need your OEM open housing. And that's pretty much it. So as long as you get this, make sure you get the ring gear so you don't have to go through the same shit I did. But it's a direct swap over. You just take the caps off, and then you can just pop the differential out. It has shims. You can kind of see in there. So this isn't a shim, but this little small piece, this is a shim. And you'll have 2 on this side. Some differentials have 5. Just make sure you keep the orientation the same. and keep the same shims on the same side as you're pushing it back in, and you'll be golden. One thing to note, you'll want to put these over the bearings, just this, not the shims. So there's one of these on each side. You put them over the bearings, drop the differential into its little slot, and then you'll take your biggest shim, which is on this side, you just can't see it because it's on the cap, and you will push the differential over, because before you put the shims in, there's going to be a little give. So you'll push the differential over, insert the biggest shim you've got, and then you should be able to tap it in, and it'll click in place, and it'll center with the bearing cap or bearing cover, or whatever you want to call it. And then so on and so forth. Same method until you get all the shims in. It's fairly simple. It just takes a little time to get it right. You can do it this way, or you can do it with the housing facing upwards. It's easiest to have the housing facing upwards when you're dropping the differential in with the fucking bearing caps, and then you can lay it down to put the shims in. Up to you. Or you can just buy a whole differential, but I didn't know what housings would work, so I just wanted to keep my stock housing that I knew would work and swap the guts instead. If you need any more information on it, I will link a thread if I can remember what thread I found. I had done this before with my S14, but I didn't have the correct stub, so the limited slip part of the differential wouldn't engage. This time I have the correct stub, so I can use the VLSD to its full potential. There's a bunch of ways to do it. If you need help, just let me know, and I will do the best I can. Yeah, I'm gonna get this back going. I'm not gonna put it back in tonight because I'm tired of shit. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm just glad I got it in and working. So yeah, it is Monday night. Still waiting on the wiring specialties harness and the engine bay paint. I just thought I would knock this out while we're waiting. So I will see you guys in the next installment. It should be a little bit more fun than this nightmare of a diff swap. Later. What's up? It's a new day the next morning from dealing with this differential nightmare. But as you can see, it's back together with some high temp RTV. And my gear oil gets here tomorrow. So once that gets here, I'll fill it up. I may put it back in the car tonight, depending on how tired I am. But yeah, it'll either be back in the car today or tomorrow. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick overall update, especially with the interior, because the last time you guys saw it, it was super dirty. It's not perfect right now, but it's definitely cleaner than it was. The seat that was in here when I got it had the tear, and it was like from here all the way to here, and it looked like this. The guy gave me a couple extra seats, so this might look bad to you, but if you can remember, the other seat was terrible. I'll insert a clip if I can find one of when I first got it, but yeah, vacuumed as much as I could. Vacuumed back there. I even vacuumed the rear deck back there. Vacuumed over here. I put this seat in too, because the headrest on the other one was torn out of a chunk bigger than this as well. So interior is definitely starting to look better. I also wiped all the dust down. Ooh, I'll show you these too, because I'm super stoked on these. Check this out. How mint are those, huh? I'll post a picture of the old ones compared to these, but oh my God, these are like so nice. So yeah, I've got those. Put this back up there. But yeah, it's slowly but surely coming along. I'm just doing it as I have time. Super nice. So I found the place where I'm gonna get the headliner fabric. I'm gonna do like a slate or charcoal gray. So kind of just waiting to get like the engine and the running part going first before we hit the interior and exterior aesthetics too hard. But yeah, that's why the mirrors aren't in yet. I'm gonna rewrap the headliner. So stay tuned.